today is going to be a fun episode. My caliper ended up being black because I replaced it, and I wanted to bring back the orange color I had originally from the previous caliper. So in this episode I am going to use the G2 paint to paint my caliper so I can bring it back to its glory. Stick around if you want to watch this video. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I am so happy and excited to share that I'm over 600 subscribers and almost hitting the 700 mark. I am truly thankful for all of you guys that watch my videos and truly empowers me to continue to record new videos. Now this is a win-win for me since I continue to modify my car and have a really nice car, at the same time teach people that may not know or may not feel comfortable doing the things I do by these videos. Now let's get back to the video. The can comes with an activator and the paint. You gotta add the activator to the can and then wait for 5 minutes. This is, by the way, the G2 product. And I also bought the sprayer can. Now we're gonna get into this in a little bit. I am not such a big fan of how this sprayer works. Once the activator has done its job, it's time to put it on the bottle, which again, I'm doing it right now because I really wanted to try the sprayer can, but it turns out it was just not the best at all. Once the paint is ready, it's time to jack up the car and get it prepped. If you haven't seen my video before on how to take a wheel off, you will most likely be able to find it in my profile. Once the wheels are out, it's very important to use the cleaner that comes with the kit. This cleaner is in charge of taking all the brake dust, all the grime, and dirt from the caliper. If you don't do a good job at cleaning the caliper and the surrounding areas, you may end up with having a discoloration or the paint not sticking to it. So please take your time and do it right. In my case, I used painter's tape to cover the areas that I did not want to paint, and it worked out pretty well. These areas are the caliper pads, the bracket, the bleeders, and bolts that are visible. As you can see here, I have them covered and it looks really ready. Alright, let's get going on painting. As I mentioned before, I used the actual spray applicator and it really was not working for me. The hole was too small, the amount of paint that was being sprayed was so little that I just decided to give up. It was just too much of a nightmare, and I ended up just using the brush as it was indicated on all the online videos. Now I understand why nobody's doing the spray paint. This will be the first of showing that the spray paint does not work. So don't waste your time, don't waste your money, do not buy it from them. Just get the brush, get a better brush, because this brush really did not work out either. It ended up leaving a bunch of bristles and it was just not fun at all. So as instructed, you're supposed to put a coat, wait 15 minutes, then another coat, and then 15 minutes and another coat. Because I was only doing one caliper, since I have multicolor calipers, I decided just to do it until I felt like I was pleased with the color. Now keep in mind that the first time you do it, it is not the best looking. So you have to just be patient and do not let it drip. This is very important. The first time I put, it looked like it was not sticking or it was not painting, but that's part of the process. Just continue to do as directed and you'll be okay. The first time I put it, then I waited for 15 minutes and put the second coat. And I noticed that the paint was still not dry enough for me to put the second one. So by the third time I waited 30 minutes, which was better in my opinion. Now my garage was at 45 degrees Fahrenheit. It's recommended from 40 to 60 something, I believe. I don't recall exactly, but I think that it's good that you wait a little longer so that way you can put thicker coats of paint and it looks better. Now, the one thing I have to say is that by the time I was already advancing, I started noticing a bunch of drips that were not the best looking, but I was able to fix them somehow and it did not look that bad at the end. In my case, I ended up putting 4 different coats, and the last one was the one that I noticed it was looking super shiny and very well painted. So if you want to have a caliper that looks super painted, make sure you do it at least 4 times. And let's remove all the covering and see how it looks with the wheel. I'm super excited to see how it looks. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one.